Good morning students. This is the second video of chapter 1 gravitation science 1 Maharashtra State Board. In the first video we are study about the gravitation, circular motion and the centripetal force, Kepler's laws and the Newton's universal law of gravitation. So in this video we are study about the acceleration due to the gravitational force of the earth, free fall and the escape velocity. So let's start the second video of chapter 1 gravitation. So why did Newton assume inverse square dependence on the distance in his law of gravitation? So in the last video we are studied about the Newton's universal law of gravitation. So what is the universal law of gravitation? Every object in the universe attract every other object with the definite force, and this force is directly proportional to the product of their masses of the two objects and is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So Newton was helped by Kepler's third law in this as shown below. So the next topic is uniform circular motion or the magnitude of the centripetal force. Consider an object moving a circle with a constant speed. We have seen earlier that such a motion is possible only when the object is constantly acted upon by a force directed towards the center of the circle, and this force is called as a centripetal force. In the first video we are detailed study about the centripetal force. Centripetal force means a force acts on any object moving along a circle and it is directed towards the center of the circle. This force is called as a centripetal force. If m is the mass of the object, v is its speed, r is the radius of the circle, then the force is equal to mv square upon r. Okay. So next one, if a planet is revolving around the sun in a circular orbit in uniform circular motion, then the centripetal force acting on the planet towards the sun must be equal to F is equal to mv square upon r, where m is equal to mass of the planet, v is its speed, r is the distance from the sun. The speed of the object can be expressed in terms of period of revolution t as follows. The distance traveled by a planet in one revolution is equal to perimeter of the orbit. So what is the circumference of the circle? That is the 2 pi r. R is equal to distance of the planet from the sun. That is the radius. R is the distance from the planet from the sun. Time taken, that is period of revolution. So what is the formula? V is equal to distance traveled upon time taken. So everyone know the formula of speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. Here v is the speed. So distance traveled upon time taken. So distance traveled, that is the 2 pi r, and time taken t. But we are know the centripetal force F is equal to mv square upon r. Therefore what is the value of v? V is equal to 2 pi r upon t. Therefore m as it is. What is the value of v? 2 pi r upon t square divided by r. So here this r and this one r gets cancelled. So what is remaining? 4m. What is the square of 2? 4. M as it is. What is the square of pi? Pi square. R, 1 r, and this r gets cancelled. So only r divided by t square. Next one is multiplying and dividing by r square we get. Therefore 4m pi square r into r square divided by t square into r square. Therefore 4m pi square divided by r square multiply by r square into r cube divided by t square. In the last video we are studied about the Kepler's third law. Kepler's third law is t square upon r cube is equal to k, and k is the constant. Therefore F is equal to 4m pi square divided by r square k. 4m pi square divided by r square, this one is k. But 4m pi square divided by k is constant. These all the terms are constant. Therefore F is equal to constant into 1 upon r square. Therefore F is directly proportional to 1 upon r square. Thus, Newton concluded that the centripetal force, which is the force acting on the planet and is responsible for its circular motion, must be inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the planet and the sun. Newton identified this force with the force of gravity and hence postulated the inverse square law of gravitation. The gravitational force is much weaker than the other forces in nature. The gravitational force is the much weaker for all other the forces. It controls the universe and decides its future. This is possible because of the huge masses of the planets, stars and other constituents of the universe. Use your brain power. Is there a gravitational force between two objects kept on a table or between you and your friend sitting next to you? If yes, why don't the two move towards each other? Yes, there is a gravitational force between the two objects that are kept on the table. They do not move towards each other because the intensity of the force is weak. That's why these two objects do not move towards each other. Next one is solve examples. Example 1. Mahendra and Virat are sitting at a distance of 1 meter from each other. Their masses are 75 kg and 80 kg respectively. What is the gravitational force between them? So here we have to find out the gravitational force between the Mahendra and Virat. Given R means D, distance between the Mahendra and Virat is 1 meter. Mass 1, the mass of the Mahendra is 75 kg. M2, mass 2 means the mass of the Virat, that is the 80 kg, and value of G, that is the gravitational constant, 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Therefore, according to the Newton's law of gravitation, F is equal to G into M1 into M2 upon R square. So the value of G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. M1 is 75 into 80 divided by R square. R means 1 square. And everyone know the unit of force is Newton. Therefore, 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11, 75 into 80, that is the 6000. Therefore, we have to multiply this 6.67 into 6. So answer is 4002, this remaining 30 into 10 raised to minus 11. Here after 2 number decimal points, that's why we are here given the 2 decimal point. So here the value of this 20, here there is no value of this 20, therefore 40020 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton. Therefore, how to write in the decimal form? 4.0020 into 10 raised to 4. Why I am writing here 10 raised to 4? Because here 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore 10 raised to 4 into 10 raised to minus 11. Therefore 4.002 into minus 11 for 10 raised to minus 7. Therefore the gravitational force between Mahendra and Virat is 4.002 into 10 raised to minus 7 Newton. This is the very small force. If the force of the friction between Mahendra and the bench on which he is sitting is 0, then he will start moving towards Virat under the action of this force. We can calculate his acceleration and velocity by using Newton's laws of motion. Now example 2. In the above example, assuming that the bench on which Mahendra is sitting is frictionless, starting with 0 velocity, what will be the Mahendra's velocity of the motion towards Virat after 1 second? Will this velocity change with time and how? So in the first example, we are find out the gravitational force between the Mahendra and Virat. So in the second example, starting what will be the Mahendra's velocity of the motion towards Virat after 1 second? So here force on Mahendra is F is equal to, we are find out the value of the gravitational force between Mahendra and Virat. F is equal to 4.002 into 10 raised to minus 7. Mahendra's mass is 75 kg. Therefore, according to the Newton's second law of acceleration, so everyone know the F is equal to m into a. Therefore, acceleration is equal to F upon m. Therefore, acceleration is equal to m upon m. What is the value of f? 4.002 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by 75. Therefore, if we divide 4002 divided by 75, answer is 5.336. It is nearly equal to 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter per second square. The unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Using Newton's first equation, we can calculate Mahendra's velocity after 1 second. Therefore, Newton's first equation of motion is v is equal to u plus at. V means u means initial velocity, v means final velocity, a means acceleration, and t means time. As Mahendra is sitting on which the bench, his initial velocity is 0. Assuming the bench of frictionless, therefore v is equal to 0 plus acceleration is 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 into time is 1 meter per second. Therefore, answer is 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter per second. Therefore, Mahendra's velocity after 1 second will be 5.34 into 10 raised to minus 9 meter per second. This is an extremely small velocity. The velocity will increase with time because of the acceleration. The acceleration will also not remain constant because as the Mahendra moves towards Virat, the distance between them will decrease, causing an increase the gravitational force, thereby increasing the acceleration as per Newton's second law of motion. Next topic is Earth gravitational force. So we are already studied the Earth attracts every object near it towards itself because of the gravitational force. The center of the mass of the Earth is situated at its center. So the gravitational force on any object due to the Earth is always directed towards the center of the Earth. Because of this force, an object falls vertically downwards on the Earth. Similarly, when we throw a stone in vertically upwards, this force tries to pull it down and reduce its velocity. Due to this constant downward pull, the velocity becomes 0 after a while. The pull continues to be exerted and the stone starts moving vertically downward towards the center of the Earth under its influence. Next one is solve examples. Example first, calculate the gravitational force due to the Earth on Mahendra in the earlier example. So in the earlier example, we are calculate the gravitational force between the Mahendra and Virat, and in the second example, we are calculate the velocity, Mahendra's velocity of the motion towards Virat after 1 second. Therefore, mass of the Earth is m1, that is the given. m1 is equal to 6 into 10 raised to 24 kg. Radius of the Earth is r is equal to 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 meter. Mahendra's mass is, that is m2 is equal to 75 kg, and the universal gravitational constant is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So using the force law, the gravitational force on Mahendra due to the Earth is given by, this force is 1.83 into 10 raised to 9 times larger than the gravitational force between the Mahendra and Virat. So what is the formula to calculate the gravitational force? F is equal to G into m1 into m2 upon r square. Therefore, what is the value of G? 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into m1 is 6 into 10 raised to 24. m1 is the mass of the Earth into m2. m2 is the mass of the Mahendra's mass into 75 divided by r, radius of the Earth, that is 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 square. Okay, so first we calculate these terms, 10 raised to 11, 10 raised to 24, and this one is okay. So 10 raised to 11 into 10 raised to 24, 6.4 into 10 raised to 6 square means 10 raised to 6 into 2, that is 10 raised to 12. This 10 raised to 12 goes on upwards, so it become minus. So it is 10 raised to 11, 10 raised to 24 into 10 raised to minus 12. So 10 raised to minus 11 into 10 raised to minus 12, that is 10 raised to minus 23 into 10 raised to 24. Therefore, the answer is 10 raised to 1. Therefore, 6.67 into 6 into 75 divided by 6.4 square. Therefore, 6.67, the multiplication of 6 into 75 is 450 divided by 6.4 square is 40.96 into 10. first we calculate this value and the value is 10. Therefore, answer is 73.278 into 10. Therefore, if we multiply by 10, 732.78, and it is nearly equal to the 733 N. N is the unit of the force. Example second is, starting from rest, what will be the Mahendra's velocity after 1 second if he is falling down due to the gravitational force on the earth? U means initial velocity is 0, force is 733 Newton, Mahendra's mass is 75 kg, time is 1 second. Therefore, Mahendra's acceleration, in the second example we are studying about F is equal to ma. Therefore, M is equal to A is equal to F upon M. Therefore, the value of F is 733 divided by 75 meter per second square. Therefore, according to the Newton's first equation of motion, V is equal to U plus AT. V is final velocity, U is initial velocity, A is acceleration, and T is time. Therefore, Mahendra's velocity after 1 second, V is equal to initial velocity 0. Acceleration is 9.77 into 1 meter per second. Therefore, V is equal to 9.77 meter per second. So, this is 1.83 into 10 raised to 9 times Mahendra's velocity in example 2 on page number 6. Next one is, use your brain power. According to the Newton's law of gravitation, every object attracts every other object. Thus, if the earth attracts an apple towards itself, the apple also attracts the earth towards itself with the same force. Why then does the apple fall towards the earth, but the earth does not move towards the apple? Because the earth attracts the apple towards the center of the earth. That's why the apple fall towards the earth, and the gravitational force is bigger. The gravitational force of the earth is bigger as compared to the apple. That's why the apple fall towards the earth, but the earth does not move towards the apple.